What's up everyone, and welcome back to Top 5 Central. Today we're looking at the top 5 funniest school classroom fails. With that said, if you're excited for summer and you want it to come sooner, make sure to leave a like on the video. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you never miss when we upload. But anyways, let's get right into the video. Number 5. So as you guys probably already know, good teachers are rare, and teachers who actually care about what they're teaching are even rarer. Like, even if you get one of the good ones, some subjects are so boring they're impossible to make exciting. With that said, sometimes if you're really lucky, you get a teacher like this guy. I mean, you can tell right off the bat he's definitely passionate, but from what we can see, he might be a bit too passionate about what he's teaching. It's a really short clip, so we don't get to see what they're learning about, but whatever it is, it sounds exciting. He's like jumping around and yelling super loud, and I'm assuming he's probably acting out scenes for a play, but I just can't be sure. Anyways, it's pretty intense, but the students are loving it, and that's not even the best part. For some odd reason, he decides to try and do a super high kick, and he puts so much effort in it that he literally flips himself straight over and onto the ground. Like, I'm not even joking, he literally falls straight to the floor and the students laugh, but even that doesn't stop him. Instead of just like taking the L, he jumps right back up ready to continue his speech, and surprisingly, he's still smiling. Even when he starts talking again, he still seems super excited, and I gotta admit, whatever he was teaching those kids, I bet they didn't forget it for a long time.
Breaks the window, sneaks into your room, and takes a broadsword and chomps out your head! And rolls onto the floor, and she kicks it! On the floor, onto the floor, and she kicks it!
Number 4. Now, teachers have to be strict sometimes, especially if they're teaching young kids. Everyone knows younger kids can be really hard to control, especially if the teacher doesn't have the respect. Unfortunately, once that respect is lost, it's really hard to get back, which is exactly what happened here. This teacher was just trying to do her job when things took a dive, literally. It starts out with her moving one of the students down on a behavior chart for some odd reason. The class was super silent, but as she stepped back, she tripped over the whiteboard and went flying. Not only did she bring the whiteboard down with her, but she tripped over a kid at the same time. She even managed to catch her leg on one of the little girls as she tried to get her balance, and both of them fell over. Thankfully, it doesn't look like either of them were hurt, but the downside is there's no regaining control over a class after an incident like that. That poor teacher was probably never allowed to forget it, and every kid in the class probably told their friends and parents too.
Stop. Stop.
Number 3. Okay, you've probably seen this prank before, but it doesn't make it any less funny. I mean, in fact, even the teacher managed to crack a smile when he saw it. Basically, the teacher walked in on what he thought was just an innocent picture of a cat, but he had no idea about the surprise hidden underneath. When he tried to start the lesson and get rid of it, it turned out not all of the picture would disappear. Let's just say what was left over was nowhere near as cute as a picture of a fluffy little animal. However, it was pretty obvious the teacher had seen the trick before and knew he was dealing with a permanent marker prank. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's when half an image is drawn with a permanent marker while the other half is drawn with an erasable marker, so when you get to erase it, it reveals a much more hilarious image underneath. Obviously, once it was revealed, he just laughed and looked at the class like he couldn't believe how immature they were. Like, he literally just sat at his table in defeat, as though the whole thing had ruined any chance of him actually teaching a lesson. Even worse though, the teacher probably had to call a janitor to clean the whiteboard, and that must have been super embarrassing for him, since I'm sure the principal had to find out about it.
Ja, ik heb hem al.
Wat ben je nou aan het doen?
Ik moet foto's verwijderen.
Is het wel een kat?
Ja, het is het.
Ja, blijkbaar. Het is een hele lelijke kat.
Number 2. Depending on whether it's fake or not, this prank is either cruel or really cruel. You hear stories all the time of students sneaking their pets into class, but it's normally just like kittens or dogs, but this takes that idea to a whole other level. In this video, a student leaves a huge snake on her teacher's desk just to see them freak out when they realize there's a huge slithery reptile in front of them. Definitely not a shocker, the teacher's reaction doesn't disappoint. Like, the sound he makes is so high-pitched, it sounds like it should be coming from someone like half his age and size. Even better than that, he leaps into the air as soon as he sees it and backs out of the room literally in seconds. It's pretty funny, but definitely harsh, as only someone with a real phobia of snakes would react like that. Now, as for the snake itself, it's kinda up to you to decide. The comment section on the original video can't decide if it's real or not, and neither can I. I mean, I find it super hard to believe that someone literally managed to bring in a live snake into school and then hold on to it for a specific class, but I guess it is technically possible. If it is though, this might be the most insane prank of all time, even if they probably made their teacher pee their pants.
It's actually 7:15. So I don't know why
Number 1. Okay, most of these videos have been all about the teachers, but students do a lot of stupid things while in school too. In fact, this video might be more ridiculous than any of the others because it's just impossible to know what the guy was thinking. Now, it doesn't help that the video is so short because it means we get no context, but in my opinion, that just makes it so much funnier. For some reason, this guy decided to get up on top of his desk even though it looked really unstable. Now that's already pretty strange, but he was dancing and singing too, which adds a whole other load of questions that we're just not gonna get into. Now it's kinda weird as most students walking past just ignored him, but one decided to pull on his pants. And that's really all it took to bring him crashing down to the floor, as well as the desk and chair. I think the best thing about this though is that he had his leg up in some kind of ballet move at the time, so as he fell, he's frozen in this crazy dance move. Strange enough, even when he falls, a lot of people don't even pay attention. I mean, maybe dumb stuff like this happens all the time at this school, and if that's the case, I really went to the wrong high school, as this is hilarious. And there's our video on the top 5 funniest classroom fails. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe so you see whenever we upload a video. Also, if you have your own top 5 or top 10 idea, feel free to use our extremely handy form in the description to submit it. With that said, thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.